In a dramatic escalation of the 2026 border conflict, the Pakistan Air Force launched a series of selective intelligence-based airstrikes across eastern Afghanistan on February 22 and 26. Targets included militant strongholds in Nangarhar and Paktika provinces, specifically Gurdi Khas village and Burmal district. While Islamabad reported the neutralization of over 80 militants from the TTP and his KP, Kabul has vowed a calculated response, claiming civilian casualties. Following a retaliatory Afghan ground offensive on February 26, Pakistan launched Operation Ghazab-Lilhar, effectively declaring a state of open war along the Durand Line. The Middle East has entered a period of profound uncertainty as the United States of America and Israel launched a massive, coordinated military assault on Iran this Saturday, February 28. Codenamed Operation Shield of Judah by Washington, the strikes targeted strategic infrastructure in Tehran, Isfahan, and Qom. President Donald Trump, in an 8-minute address, declared the objective as the total dismantling of Iran's missile and nuclear capabilities, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu termed it a preemptive strike against an existential threat. This joint operation marks the beginning of an active conflict between the coalition and the Islamic Republic. Pakistan has significantly hardened its combat communications by finalizing a dedicated military-grade Beidou link. Utilizing the second and third generation of China's Beidou constellation, the Pakistan Armed Forces now possess a secure, high-precision alternative to GPS. This encrypted network features advanced anti-spoofing and frequency hopping technology, ensuring that Pakistan's missile guidance and drone swarms remain operational even under intense electronic warfare. This satellite-routed command and control grid was reportedly a decisive factor in maintaining situational awareness during recent regional escalations. On February 27, the Indian Navy officially commissioned the INS Anjadip, the third of 8 indigenous anti-submarine warfare shallow water crafts. Built by GRSE, the vessel is engineered as a specialized dolphin hunter, designed to detect and neutralize enemy submarines in littoral and shallow water environments. Equipped with the indigenous Abe hull-mounted sonar and lightweight torpedoes, the Anjadip bolsters India's sea denial capabilities in the Eastern Naval Command, specifically securing coastal approaches against the growing presence of regional undersea assets. From Gwadar to Washington, this is Pak Geo Defense Update, Pakistan's voice in the world of defense and geopolitics. Please subscribe. Violence has erupted in Karachi as hundreds of protesters stormed the United States Consulate following the confirmed death of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in a joint U.S. Israeli strike. Early this Sunday morning, demonstrators breached the main gate on Mykolaki Road, smashing windows and clashing with security forces. Police and rangers responded with tear gas and live fire to disperse the crowd, resulting in at least 9 deaths, and over 30 injuries. While authorities now claim the perimeter is secure, the city remains on high alert with major roads blocked, marking a dangerous escalation in regional fallout from the ongoing conflict in Iran. The Middle East has ignited as a massive 6th wave of Iranian missiles and drones struck the heart of the Gulf this morning. Loud explosions have rocked Dubai, Doha, and Manama, targeting critical U.S. assets including the 5th Fleet headquarters in Bahrain and the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. In Dubai, a fire has broken out at the iconic Burj Al Arab and the Palm Jumeirah, while the world's busiest international airport has suspended all flights due to terminal damage. With over 90% of regional airspace now closed and President Trump threatening unprecedented force, the region teeters on the brink of an all-out continental war. In a chilling formal declaration, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced the launch of Operation True Promise 4, described as the most devastating offensive in the history of the Islamic Republic. Triggered by the confirmed death of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the IRGC has begun a coordinated saturation strike targeting 27 United States of America military bases and multiple occupied territories across the Middle East. Using a relentless wave of ballistic missiles and Kibar-Shekin drones, Tehran has vowed that the air raid sirens in Tel Aviv and Washington's regional hubs will not stop until their mission is complete. With transitional leadership now assuming power in Tehran, this offensive marks a total shift from strategic patience to an all-out war for the survival of the Iranian state. As the joint assault on Iran unfolds, the United Kingdom government has expressed grave fears that the conflict could spiral into a catastrophic all-out Middle East war. London has issued urgent shelter-in-place orders for its citizens in the Gulf as residents in Abu Dhabi and Dubai report emergency alerts of potential missile threats. While the United States of America remains focused on regime change in Tehran, British diplomats are warning of the unintended consequences of a total regional meltdown. The UK's immediate priority has shifted to securing the safety of its citizens and attempting to find a de-escalatory path before the Strait of Hormuz is permanently shuttered. In a high-priority security session today, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has ordered the immediate and safe repatriation of all Pakistani nationals currently stranded in Iran. With Iranian airspace largely closed following the latest wave of regional strikes, the Prime Minister directed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Disaster Management Authority to coordinate an emergency evacuation corridor via Azerbaijan. The move comes as Islamabad raises its security alert to the highest level, prioritizing the protection of its expatriates and students amidst the deepening Middle East conflict. Embassies in Tehran and Baku have been placed on 24-hour standby to facilitate legal documentation and secure transit for thousands of citizens seeking a path home. Tragedy has struck the city of Beit Shemesh, west of Jerusalem, where an Iranian ballistic missile scored a direct hit on a municipal shelter today, Sunday, March 1st. Emergency responders have confirmed that 9 people were killed and at least 28 others injured, including a young girl in critical condition. Preliminary investigations suggest the missile bypassed local air defenses, striking a building that housed both a shelter and a synagogue. As search and rescue teams continue to navigate the rubble of collapsed apartment blocks, the United States of America and Israel have vowed a forceful response to this deadliest single strike on Israeli soil since the conflict began. Aviation hubs across the world are in a state of total paralysis as the Middle East conflict triggers the largest airspace closure in decades. As of this Sunday, March 1st, over 3,400 flights have been cancelled, leaving hundreds of thousands of travelers stranded in cities from London to Singapore. Key transit corridors over United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and Bahrain remain virtually empty after retaliatory strikes damaged infrastructure at Dubai International and Hamad International airports. With major carriers like Emirates and Etihad suspending all operations, and no clear timeline for reopening regional skies, global trade and travel face an unprecedented and indefinite standstill. That's enough for today. Share your thoughts in comments section, and please answer today's question.